Well, howdy again, guys. I decided to come on here and make another vlog. Just 'cause I felt like kind of chit-chatting with you guys. Sometimes I get excited about something I'm doing around the house, and I think, oh, it'd be nice to be able to just kind of call someone up and go, hey, guess what I just did? So I decided, well, I'll just pop on here and make a vlog again. I just got done sticking my chicken and stuffing mix. There's chicken and stuffing in the crock pot. My beloved crock pot. You know, you guys probably think, why does this woman love her crock pot so much? Well, I use it so much in the summertime because I didn't want to heat up the oven. And because I like being able to just stick stuff in a crock pot and leave it cook all day. And if you're getting tired toward the evening time, that's one less thing you have to mess with. You're like, okay, dinner's done, or dinner is pretty much done. You know, I used it a lot when I worked too. You know, like my last job when I was, working in a daycare, and I was, taking care of the infant room and everything. That way when I got home, I'd have dinner ready. And now that the oven is dead, I use it a lot. But I wanted to tell you guys what I did because I'm kind of excited and I hope it works out. And I'm thinking about all of you guys in this path of this, Winter Storm Jonas? I was just watching, and I was seeing there in Nashville, Tennessee, where you guys are just getting so much snow. And I know so many of you are in this path of this great big storm. And I'm worried about you, and I'm thinking, they were telling all you guys, make sure you had groceries. Milk and bread, right? Whatever else. Well, I got out my chicken thighs. I told you guys I bought 2 packages yesterday, and it was a little bit smaller of a family pack. There's only 6 thighs in each package. So I ended up putting, because I have an oblong, I don't know how many quarts it is, an oblong crock pot instead of the round. So I end up 6 chicken thighs fit just perfectly in there. I sprayed my crock pot, of course, really well. Put those in there, and then instead of using the chicken bouillon, and then they had the cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soups, and then they had put like a dry stuffing mix over the top. Well, I use what I have, so I opened up the fridge. I had some of those little cheese wedges. They're like processed cheese. So I used that. I had a little bit of cream cheese left, so I threw that in the bowl. I had a little bit of a cheese ball left. Threw that in there. What else did I throw in? I had about a half a container, and it was a bigger container, of French onion soup mix dip. French onion dip. And this is all stuff I really wanted to use up. So I mixed all that together with some chicken bouillon and water, and mixed that out, whisked it really well. Poured that over the top of my chicken. And then I had, probably about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese left. I wanted to use that up too, so I sprinkled that over the top. Then I wanted to use, sometimes you get a loaf of bread and it didn't go moldy, but it started to get kind of hard. And kind of, it wasn't stale, but it wasn't, we wouldn't use it. Didn't want that to go to waste. So I just cubed that up from my stuffing. I used, and in that mix that I had done the cream cheese and stuff, I'd also done a half a packet of Lips and Onion soup mix. So I used the other half of the packet of Lips and Onion soup mix, an entire loaf of bread that I had cubed up, 2 eggs. I used some dehydrated mushrooms because I had dehydrated a bunch of stuff. dehydrated mushrooms, dehydrated green pepper, some dehydrated vegetable flakes. I used, we had bought a big package of the bacon in bits, you know, because I like to cook every so often. I like to put a little bit of bacon in something. So I had nuked that, and I threw that in for flavoring. Some more chicken broth and water. Fresh garlic, garlic powder, some Mrs. Dash seasoning. Can't think of what else. Well, there was something else. Oh, the dehydrated celery too. Mix that all up really well, and I put that over the top of my chicken, and then the sauce for the chicken, and then I put the stuffing, you know, kind of pat it down and stuff. Got that on to cook. So hopefully, I think it'll turn out just fine. But I was excited because I was using stuff out of my fridge that otherwise you would just pitch. You know, when you have the little wedges of cheese, and they come in the gift basket so often, and stuff, and you're thinking, well, you know, you might eat some of them, and then you end up putting the other ones in the fridge. There they sit, you know, and you use like most of the cream cheese, but then there it'll sit. You know, and it's not really enough for you to really do much with, but, you know, you combine all those things, and that takes the place of buying a can of cream soup, you know. But I thought, well, I would kind of share that because I know a lot of you may be trapped in your home when you're used to going to work all the time. You may be having to make do with just whatever you have on hand. And it's amazing if you really open up your fridge and just really start looking. Well, I got a partial container of this, I got a little bit of that, and you know, and you'll be amazed. Because, you know, you don't have to have a whole bunch of something. If you have a little bit, let's say if you have a little bit of green pepper, a little bit of cabbage, and, you know, a little bit of green peas and stuff. Well, all of a sudden what you've got are the components for a wonderful vegetable soup, you know, or a stew, or anything like that. So, anyway, I got excited about that. I was on Facebook for a little bit earlier, and it was one of the local groups, and it's called like a business rants and raves. And it amazes me how many people get on there just to be nasty to each other. And I mean, I told them, you know, this page has become a joke. And this is why I don't normally come on here, because people are just so, you know, to show each other up and put each other in their place. And it's like, you know, why can't you just be nice to each other? Why do you always got to come off as, you know, wanting to be, people being nasty to each other. I mean, life is hard enough without people just setting out. I mean, boy, I showed that person. It's like, you know, that need to always be right. I mean, I know I'm not always right. Please. I know I'm not always right. A lot of times I'm a lot wrong, you know, but I never understood that. My mother was always that way too, where she always had to be right about everything. She was always out to prove somebody. She'd always go, well, I told them, and I put them in their place. And it's like, really? But you just came off looking at, like, you know, the biggest know-it-all, and I mean, she would be nasty about it. You know, everybody would always say, oh, she could slice you up 20 ways with her tongue, and they weren't kidding. I mean, she could say some of the harshest, cruel stuff that just, you know. I guess part of it is I'm a little sad in some ways because, like I said, you know, sadly our family doesn't seem to care at all that we're moving. You know, there's been no mention of, oh, we'd like to see you guys before we move. Of course, there's been no mention of anybody helping. You know, I mean, it's like they don't believe that we have any physical problem or anything. But no, you know, I've dealt with that, but it is kind of sad because it's like, well, you know, I was dealing with that over Christmas, actually. You know, this is time that you won't ever be able to get back, you know. Then you always have somebody come up and they'll be so critical. How can you move away from your family? It's like, really? I mean, you know, it's like we don't exist. I feel like I'm invisible. I feel like I don't exist. The only way I really exist is Facebook and here on YouTube. Otherwise, I don't really exist. Especially since I've become where I couldn't, you know, I used to be very active in bowling and stuff, and since I've become where I couldn't do that now and stuff, you know, it's just like you don't even exist. I mean, and, you know, especially once you don't work outside the home and stuff, I mean, you know, it's kind of a sad thing. I mean, I'm really hoping once we move and stuff, we can get involved with the community there and stuff, and you know, and hopefully, you know, get some friends and stuff. I'd love to have a girls' day. I mean, I always imagined having 2 girls and stuff. And when they grew up and stuff, we'd have girls' days and stuff. But no, they always tell me they're too busy and stuff. So I stopped asking long ago. You know, stopped hoping for such. But that would have been nice. But oh well, can't have everything in life, right? Right. You know, and yes, I'm working on this hat. I should be cleaning. I'm kind of waiting because I just ate lunch. Well, I just had a tortilla with some turkey ham and mozzarella cheese melted on it because not really hungry and don't like to eat too much when I first start eating for the day, and that was the first thing I'd had because never sure if the IBS is going to, you know, just roar itself, you know, into high speed or not. And it seems if I eat very much, then it will. So, you know, I'm just kind of waiting to see what it's going to do, you know. But, yeah, I'm just working on my hat. I'll finish that up. Nothing else. Brad called me earlier and he's sick of being at work. So, he's ready to be done and stuff. So, you know, that is what it is. But anyway, I just like come on here and yak. Once in a while you get, you know, a little, well, you just like to kind of share something. And, you know, such as it is right now, I have you guys, so, and I'm very thankful for that. I am very, 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 very thankful for you guys and your continued friendship and all that. This is, what is this? This is caramel candy. Zero nicotine in it. I enjoy it. One thing I thought it would be a problem though if we're camping out, if we end up camping out, is charging all our electronics. So, yeah, think about that. No, it'll all work out. I gotta quit worrying. Maybe somebody down there will have a trailer for sale or a trailer we can use or something, or somewhere along the area or something. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't want to tie you up. And remember that I love you guys and I think you're awesome. And thank you for listening. Stay warm and safe and stay out of harm's way with this storm. Talk to you later. Bye.